Welcome to episode 3 of Sergeant Time Training. So today we're going to talk all about mentorship, why and how you can actually find a mentor, and why it's actually worth it. So every NCO should have a mentor at some point in their military career, but not that many people are seeking mentorship, and not a lot of people are actually wanting or willing to be mentors. That's kind of where this whole Sergeant Time Training thing came from. But today we're going to talk about it because it's such a need in the military. I cannot learn to be a good NCO without the guidance of NCOs who have paved the way for me. As a medic, I can typically only talk about medics, but it is relevant for a lot of other MOSs. As a medic, we can do anything. We can be admin, we can be in a hospital, we can be with the infantry battalion or brigade, we can be so many different places. So if I'm catapulted into a position where I've never been before, I need to be able to reach out to someone or talk to someone and actually get some insight on what I'm going to be doing, how to do it, what some best practices are. So we're going to talk about mentorship today. So first, what is a mentor? A mentor is a trusted advisor. That's all it is. Someone that you trust and that you accept that advice from. You have to be teachable as an NCO, and that's something that we all have to get over. You have to be willing to learn as much as you're willing to teach and train others. Mentorship is actually just a period of time. That's it. A period of time where you accept that guidance from that mentor or that trusted advisor. So what are the characteristics of a mentor? It's going to be different for everyone. You want to find someone, one, that you trust, that you're willing to talk to, that you're willing to be open and honest with, and that's not going to belittle you or put you down, actually wants to be a mentor to you. They might not first see it that way. You might just go to them for advice a couple times, and then as the relationship grows, they realize they are mentoring you, and it kind of blossoms into a whole different thing. 2, you want to pay attention to how other NCOs and other soldiers interact with that person. You want someone that's personable enough that other people actually get along well with them. There's some people who are just abrasive and that wouldn't necessarily be a good NCO. Or maybe there's someone who's abrasive to most people, but you and them actually click very well, and that would be someone. So you want to take into account how they interact with you, and then also how other soldiers, sit back and peep game. Okay, this person just might mesh, and then you can kind of ease into it. And 3, you want that person, honestly, most times to outrank you. Now, there are some people that I mentor that are the same rank as me, but it's for a short period of time when they're that new E5, and I just kind of want to give them a little bit of best practices. Typically, you want that person to outrank you by 1 at least, but typically 2. I typically go to E7, E8s, preferably, to get my mentorship, just because those people in those positions have seen a good amount of the military. They have been in long enough for them to actually learn best practices, yes, but also learn just different ways to go about things. There have been times when I just knew for sure that I knew what I was doing. I knew how to interact with these people. I knew how to solve a problem or fix something. And I went to an E7 and E8 that was mentoring me, and I was mind blown. Minds blown at just their outlook on situations and dealing with something that really had me unraveled, spent, losing sleep. And I was like, you just came up with that in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You want someone that's going to challenge you, that's going to help you work through it, and not spoon feed you and just give you the solution. Someone that's going to actually help you grow. That's the characteristics that you're looking for in a mentor. Now, how do you establish that mentor-mentee relationship? Honestly, I just go up to them, and whenever I need advice, that person that pops into my head that I feel like can help me with that, I go talk to them. And then I realized that they're the person that pops in my head most times whenever I come up to something that's an obstacle or simply just new. And that's when I haven't ever actually said, hey, can you be my mentor? It's just kind of blossomed as we begin to talk and to learn, and I accept the feedback and they give me feedback and I, develop, then that relationship just blossoms. So you can do like, will you be my mentor? Check yes or no, or you can just allow that natural relationship to blossom. But the person that is in your head when you have an obstacle most, because there's some situation where I'm like, well, they ain't gonna know that, but let me ask somebody else. But the person that's in your head when you have serious soldier issues, like I have a soldier, I don't know how to help them, or I don't know how to fix this situation, that is the person that you want to mentor you. So when should you seek a mentor? So the first instance is when you're in a new position. So it doesn't necessarily have to be PCS. Actually, I don't necessarily recommend it from when you PCS because you don't know them people yet. You don't know them yet. You got to get to know the people around you, see their personality, see how they interact with other soldiers, right? See if they're trustworthy, all of that. So when you first PCS, a lot of times, honestly, just keep the mentor that you have, right? You can talk to them still over the internet or over the phone or whatever, but not when you first PCS, but when you first get a new position. So I was the NCO of a clinic. It had all civilians, 62 civilians. I was the only soldier. And when I changed positions and became an NCO of a clinic that had multiple soldiers, that was a new position for me. So it could be in the same area, same base, same unit essentially. But a lot of times when you get promoted, you get pushed into a different position. And you might be in a position that you've never had to deal with. Maybe you never had to lead soldiers, or maybe now you're at E6 and you've never had other NCOs under you. Like that's different. Like you gotta kind of move and sway different because we all NCOs, but I'm the platoon sergeant now. So now the relationship is different and you're gonna come across some different obstacles that you might need leadership with. So anytime that you're in a new assignment, an assignment that is different, then you want to make sure that you seek a mentor, at least have someone that you can go to when you need a little help. I also seek mentorship whenever I have new experiences leading. Let me tell you, soldiers will, I'm telling you, you will come across some situation that you ain't never heard of, you ain't never seen before. You like, as soon as I think I got this NCO thing, down pat, a soldier comes up and has something completely like mind-blowing and you're like, what just happened? I have no idea what to do with this. There have been so many instances where I was just like, now I literally just felt like I had this NCO thing down. And now I'm just confused. I don't know nothing that I'm doing because I have no idea what to do with this situation. That's when you want to seek a mentor. That's when you want to go to that person that you trust, that you know is going to help you work through the situation and not spoon feed you and give you the answer, but help you work your way around it. So that way, if and when you're ever presented with that situation again or instance or have something similar, you will know how to problem solve and get yourself out of it and deal with it because you had to think it through the first time. So you definitely don't want someone that's just going to give you the answer, just be like, this is what you do. You want someone that's going to say, hey, okay, so what do you think you should do? Why? What have you thought about this? Why do you think this makes more sense than that? And you be sitting there like, man, I just learned so much in like 15 minutes. And you want someone who's going to give you feedback, right? How am I as a leader? Yes, only been in a few years, only been in NCO a few years, haven't been doing this that long, but how do you think I am as a leader? What feedback could you give me about my leadership style, how I carry myself, how I present myself as an NCO? Do you see me as an effective leader? If not, then how can I work through that and become an effective leader? You have to be able to take that criticism and that feedback in order to continue to grow. If you just think that you're perfect and it's the end all be all, you know everything, I'm going to tell you, you're going to struggle because you weren't willing to listen and grow and accept feedback. Also accept feedback from your soldiers. This is not about that. Maybe that'll be the next one, but you have to accept feedback from your soldiers as well. What do you need from me? How can I better lead you? And let's talk about it. Figure it out so that way you can be the best leader that they have, because you had good leaders that paved the way for you. So this was just a quick chat about mentorship. I hope this helped. Everyone should have a mentor at some point in their military career. It doesn't have to last forever. It can wax and wane. That relationship can be great, and then all of a sudden it just fizzles out because you've grown. You no longer need their help, or you no longer need them as much as you did before, and that is okay. But everyone should have someone that they trust that can help them get through the tough times. There's so many new things that come out when you become an NCO. You're taking care of other people who are grown adults, yes, but you want to see them be successful in their military career as well as their personal life. You want to help push them to greatness the same way that someone helped push you to greatness, and you want to be there for them, but you have to be mentored and learn and be advised by people who have been in your shoes, who have been a new NCO before and have made it. So thank you guys so much. My name is Renee. I hope that you stick around. If not for anything else, for more of the Sergeant's Time training, we are in season 1 and talking all about leadership. Like, share, and subscribe, and leave in the comments. Let me know some other topics that you would like to talk about, either under the leadership umbrella or under any umbrella, because we're going to have season 2, we're going to have season 3, and we're going to keep doing this because mentorship, Sergeant's Time training is needed. So let's just get it. Thank you guys. Bye.